Okay, let's get this tab open here. Get the video. Okay.
The screenshot.
I'm gonna back up like, I think it was 8 minutes it starts at. And the text, what does the text say? Oh, it still says pee-pee break. Whoops. Okay. Oh, here's Shiba Dog. Here's Shiba Dog again. I doubt you know who these guys are. Or, I guess that's presumptuous, but I wouldn't think that you would know who only plays these. I'm gonna have to just move my mouse over here. Okay.
Over and over again. They did it to us too. They did it to
back
as possible, so I will play a lot of relevant excerpts from the stream and other places. Even though I generally try to avoid overusing clips in my videos, but I think it's necessary in this case. So without further ado, let's finally get into the Only Plays drama.
Is this an okay volume to my voice?
The first stream takes place on the 19th, running for 10 hours. This is the one that is the most well known, as a 45-minute clip of it was uploaded to YouTube, garnering almost 100,000 views, as well as several other short clips across places.
It is really weird to me. I mean, I guess like you don't need to, a lot of people don't save their VODs. Although, I feel like it's kind of cool too, personally. To like be able to go back and watch something, like if somebody that was viewing thought that there was a part in your stream that was really funny, they can go back and find it and like have a laugh again or whatever. But they always just like, it's just gone right after.
It's like Twitter, Kiwi Farms, and Reddit. This is unfortunately the one with the least archival, but what we do have is pretty wild. So let's start with the big section archived in the YouTube re-upload. This opens with Dingdong explaining the Chuba incident. Dingdong claims that only plays will make various sneaky references to, I guess, shame and bully their associates.
They do it to a lot of people, by the way, constantly taking vague shots at people over and over and over again. They did it to us too. They did it to another situation, and a lot of people found out about it later and figured out, like, oh, that's what that meant. I didn't really get it, but now I get it. Yeah, they've been doing that for a long time. If there's something they say in a video that doesn't make a lot of sense, they're probably referencing an actual person that they're hoping to hurt through one of their videos.
What they're actually talking about was so funny.
The only other example of this I know of that he could possibly be referencing is the power move comment in the Sonic Heroes playthrough, which this is a whole other complex drama, but essentially it was referencing a cringy comment Rice Pirate Mick made whilst he was trying to get with Oni's ex. Rice Pirate aggressively shaking Chris's hand at a party, and later drunkenly referring to it as a power move in a voicemail he sent to her.
I don't know if you get what I was saying when I said I did that. And I just wanted to clarify that that was very much a power move. And I think everybody else understood that. I don't know why you didn't.
This?
Just so you know, that was a power move.
What?
Nothing. No, nothing.
What was the power move?
Dingdong then describes Chris doing a similar thing in another playthrough by mentioning tubas.
That was why they brought up the tuba thing in the one video. That was them trying to take a shot at me. And they were trying to expose people to the fact that I was a furry. Then a few months later asking me if I'll record with them again.
The weirdest thing about this little detail
waters of, did you see when I called you out? And
the fact that not a single soul had any idea, at least I don't think. I mean, in his personal life, I'm sure, but who knew that Dingdong was a furry? I only thought that Julian was ever a furry at any point. I've watched their streams here and there, and I watched lots and lots of Oni Plays videos, especially back then. Like, never an inkling.
in front of everybody and tried to get you hurt.
This is because Dingdong apparently has a Chuba 4 fetish, also involving frogs and frogs in Chubas, particularly liking the Digimon Geckomon for this reason, which is...
I hate the tuba jokes. I hate that he's showing this cat when he's talking about this. Are so unfunny, and I really need people to realize these people are just very sad people, and I only assume Oni actually just doesn't care, and he's probably just going to ignore it. I mean, he should ignore it because this drama, like what I've seen so far in this video, I watched up to 18 minutes, I think. Very, very stupid. It's just so, it feels really petty so far.
somewhat strange but ultimately harmless, and I can't see why you feel embarrassed having it exposed.
Uba? What is that? Oh, I'm horny. Let's go into it.
It is embarrassing having your fetish exposed no matter what it is, but also, like, this clip here.
Fuck. I'm not horny anymore. Now I'm horny. There you go. Damn it! Let me in, you fucking game, Jesus.
But it is worth mentioning, assuming...
Like, dude, nobody would have known. Who the fuck would have been able to put it to, and yeah, exactly what it says on the screen too. Like, maybe it's because it's a horn. Could be. That's exactly what it seems like. That's exactly what it seems like. I don't think he was alluding to that. Like, that's such a reach.
This is an intentional dig by Chris, like Dingdong's claiming. Absolutely.
And the way he's saying it really does not sound like a dig at all.
Or that this is what the clip was referencing until he himself exposed it on this very stream. And furthermore, there are several other clips where similar jokes are made when Dingdong is present and he plays along with them.
your favorite Digimon the frog with the tuba?
Yeah, he's cool.
Does he evolve into a bigger frog with a bigger tuba?
Yeah, he
Honk,
does.
honk.
Does he evolve into a bigger
Does he
frog
keep
with a
that
bigger
ability?
tuba?
But regardless,
Regarding the fact that he's just kept most of it under the wraps, and the drama is really just petty from all the sides except Chris. Even the people defending Oni are just people doing it in bad faith. Probably. I mean, yeah, probably. I'm not talking jabs, but like personally, I don't want to care about it. But at the same time, I look at and I feel nothing but depression from Dee and Jay because I do wish the best for them and hope they can fix. I hope that, like I was saying when this was brought up yesterday, I think, right? Is it like that dingdong stops being so fucking negative and like it's as if that's the only way he can interpret every interaction in his life is just through a negative lens. He's like seeking out some way to turn it into a bad thing. Or just like dig for any bad interpretation. Like with the fucking horny joke that Chris made, which was the only time, as far as we know, I think, you know, at least from what I've seen in the video so far, like Chris may have been alluding to him in that way on like the channel's entirety when he's not there. I mean, really. Or they may have like made reference to them, but not in a way that's a jab. You know what I mean? It's just such a reach, dude. Like, why do you see that and instantly think, oh, he's just attacking me? It's so fucking weird. That's what I mean is like, I think the overarching negativity that he constantly has towards everything is the reason that he's interpreting that way. These chats make me sound barbaric. I have like 200 letters that nothing, and yeah, DD needs to get out of his bubble, and I understand the trauma he had to go through with Game Grumps, but seek therapy, not internet. I mean, genuinely, yeah, that was really shitty, and somebody, whoever somebody is, when they had that group together in that office, should have done something or said something to whoever was engaging in that behavior, but dude, I don't know if it's hard to say if that, like, we don't really know Ding Dong or Julian, so we can't really say if that skewed his outlook on life or is part of the reason that he's being like this right now. But that's like, that's kind of, or it's shitty to say, but like, as far as the way he should treat people around him or that want to be in his life, that should be like, it's a in the past kind of thing. Like, are you friends with these people or are you not friends with these people? Like, maybe they could have stuck their neck out for you better if they knew what was going on anyways. But if they didn't and you like would like to be friends with them, but you're mad about that, then you need to talk to them and not be like a petty bitch and like complain on your screen or stream constantly and then simultaneously say, oh, but I don't want to talk about it, so I'll bring it up. But also I'm going to talk about it for a fucking hour. Nobody on the internet will care about your mindset. You shouldn't feel the need to say whatever you want on a live stream. Isn't that your little safe space? It's online. What you has implications. Yeah, it's like again, these people that watch them came from Oni Plays and they are coming to watch them for them. So like, dude, if you want to vent, I don't know if he has like a thing where he thinks that he sounds like an idiot for ranting or thinks it's not the place, but like, dude, it is the place. These people like care to some extent about you. So if you have something to complain about, then stop trying to like do mental gymnastics to work your way around like any reason you have to say or not say things. Just say what you fucking feel like saying and just do it. You know what I mean? I don't think anyone's really in the wrong on everything. Like the crapping on him are right, but just harassing them isn't the way to go. Tuba jokes are just gay. Everyone has a fetish. Me too. Oh, I mean, I don't believe that there's a single person that doesn't, bro. I mean, really.
This dingdong says the Chuba
I was holding that chip so long it got soggy with the cheese.
Would later claim it is one of the main reasons for his call-out stream.
Clear. I don't want to fucking fight about these things. I never did. But, like I said, too...
Oh, and by the way, yeah, this guy that uploaded this video, I'm not discrediting him or anything, but, like, if anyone's fetish gets exposed, especially on the internet, it should always be embarrassing, because, like, that shit's supposed to be separate from your regular life. Like, nobody should fucking know what you're into, except for, like, anyone you're having sex with. You know what I mean?
When I found out about that thing, the furry call-out, and that was seriously just a few months before we recorded with them and everything, that was enough where
or maybe
I was
like
like, you know
bro.
what? I think I'm just done with this. I have no reason to be nice to this. I have no reason to be kind to this. They even just got me to buy a game and then they removed me immediately off of Steam just a little bit afterwards anyways.
I do not believe that happened. That sounds so fucking ridiculous. He buys... First of all, like, everybody in the Only Plays crew is stable, right? They clearly have enough money to get by. So, they all... And by that I mean, like, they either have jobs and stream and are on Only Plays or whatever, or, like, people watch that... And people, like, watch them stream regularly. They have, like, a decent audience, all of them, or they, like I said, just have a regular other job or thing. And none of them are, like, homeless or, like, whatever. So... Why does he think, or how is it believable that they would ask him to buy a game and then remove him? Like, he's making it, or the way that he's saying it, like how he's delivering the sentence, the cadence he's saying it with, makes it sound like they used him. And I'm like, they have enough money, whoever he's alluding to, dude, that's just, it's just like, what? The fuck,
I'm
dude?
tired of doing this kind of thing that I'm supposed to be there for somebody who literally just wants to see me get hurt over and over and over again.
Next up is the largest one thing discussed.
And I'm not saying
throughout
I
the
think you're
streams,
fucking rich,
being
but
Ding Dong and Julian's experience when
they
recording
don't need to
only
use
states.
somebody to play a
First,
fucking
Ding Dong
video.
says that they only
Maybe
did
that's not
only
what he
states
means,
because they were
but-
asked to, not just for money. Saying an ambiguous "they" was spreading rumors about that being the case.
Was it 2021 or 2022? It's because we got asked. Anytime that we ever went back to record, it's because we got asked. That's why I could also tell when they were going out of their way to try to spread rumors.
You know what else is weird? They want to, like,
Trying to
do things that are internet things, but then Ding Dong is always like, oh, but I don't want to, like, be in the spotlight. Like, please, no. But they stream and want people to watch them and want people to donate so that they can make their fucking game. You can't make a game in our shitty society with no capital. Like, you need people to watch you. You kind of, like, should want to be in the spotlight, at least to a certain extent. I don't think they would ever become, like, fucking hyper famous or anything, but they should want hundreds of people watching them. Like, no? Most of them, Adam is the least stable, and his mortal enemies with Ding Dong, so he's definitely talking about Adam with that, and he needs him for games. If he was, that'd be fucking hilarious. Is Adam actually like a dumbass? But I think he's exaggerating a talk with Oni and Co over something. I definitely
go
believe that
out
to be
there
the
and
case.
say things like, I bet they're doing it because they're greedy and they just
One
want
time I used the word
money."
hyperbolic when I was talking to my mom and she didn't think it was a real word. That shit was hilarious.
No, we
I
got
was
asked every
stumlocked. I
single
didn't know what to say.
Throughout this
I hope it
first
didn't seem
stream,
like an asshole,
Ding Dong and
but-
Julian use terms like they, them, and those people.
Certain Let's Players, for privacy's sake, let's call him Chris O. No, that's too obvious. Let's say C. O'Neill.
Instead of clearly naming who did any of these things they're accusing. For the most part, it's obvious who they're referring to, but in cases like this, it makes the story very confusing to follow. I assume the they Ding Dong is referring to here is meant to be either members of Only Play staff or Chris himself, as afterwards, he says they confronted them over being hard to work with.
That's why it was really goofy the last time that we did record, because
Pretty
months
damn
later, after getting angry about stuff, they also brought up the idea of like, I never had problems with anybody else before, and it was so much easier. And I got to realize that you guys made everything so much more difficult, where I then had to follow up by going, then why did you
just
ask
realize
me
I'm
to
eating like
record with you
fucking
again?
Keemstar listening to this.
If everything was going so much better, then why were you just telling me that you're not gelling with any of these people and you don't like doing this, and that's why you want to record with us again? Are you just saying that because you're angry in the heat of the moment right now? Why did you even ask me to do this again then?
Here, I can't think of who he'd be talking. He has to be talking about Chris, right? Because, like, who else on the Only Plays crew would be hitting him up to record? You know what I mean? And, like, also, they're in Chicago, bro. Like, they're so far away, so it has to be Chris, right? But, like, I couldn't imagine that Chris says he doesn't like working with anyone that he's recording with right now. Like, fucking what? Also, why say hurt you? No one wants to hurt you. And if he had more enthusiasm, he really could have had a good audience. Keyword could have. I honestly liked his 2023 streams. They were nice, especially his Halloween one. Dedicating your life to a video games and not doing anything but is insane. Reminds me of the people Matt and Ryan surrounded themselves with. Slackers with no real meaning and fake dreams. Oni fixed it. Yeah, it's like, it is pretty crazy to only want to do that. Like, well, they're making games, so that's something. But again, like you just said, if you had a more positive attitude and decided to, like, have some energy, and again, just stop being so negative, then, yeah, you probably would have a lot more viewers, because people are going to engage with you more if you sound like you don't want to fucking, like, can you even say on alive anymore in Minecraft? Like, is that, I don't know, but can you even say in Minecraft anymore? Who knows? But yeah, if you don't sound like you want to do that all the time, then, new people that click on your stream might be more inclined to actually stay around, because I've seen streams, though, honestly, where people do sound like that, or they have zero energy, or barely say a word to anybody that pops in, and somehow they have viewers. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what am I doing wrong? I need somebody to tell me.
Section here is Dingdong mentions how he set ground rules to keep things from getting out of hand, as he puts it, specifying he said he didn't want any lolcow or political stuff to get brought up during their recordings. Then explains how he got
this part up here is where I got to in this.
The problem with Apu in their first recording and had to confront him.
I like how dude couldn't say that without laughing.
He just kind of, doing the same thing that they're doing, and you don't have to feed into any of it. Try to have a good time, because ultimately here, I want to give people at least something, like, entertaining. I want to.
The guy that made that documentary,
even if this
fucking
person
clown.
just wants to give everyone like a
Like,
miserable
holy
time.
shit, dude.
One of the rules that we had established immediately was, don't bring up intense political shit here. Don't try to, like, get drama stuff going and bring up, like, lol
calls that intense?
Whatever.
Intense.
Let's just try to focus
Really?
on having a good
That's
time
intense.
with the games that we're playing. And immediately, first recording session.
And again, it's like, bro, you lived these things. You recorded these things with your friend. Okay. Like, really? You get mad if people bring up things that they laughed at, that you were a part of, that they thought were funny, that entertained them, that makes you mad? And that's not even controversial, dude. Everybody thinks the Apu thing was fucking dumb. DD and J seem pretty cool. Oh yeah, you know what? Actually, before I read that, sorry. Okay, explain to me the difference here. People get called Apu if they're getting, like, teased by their friends and shit, and then, like, every skinny white character in literally any fucking thing that exists ever that has glasses, people unironically are like, you look like this character. And I'm like, oh wow, really? Do I look like that character? Yeah, I know I'm a fucking cardboard cutout. Thanks for pointing that out. Great. Like, that's so good for my self-esteem. But, like, yeah, should I hate every single white character that exists that's like a cardboard cutout of myself? Go on a fucking tirade because it makes me feel shitty that I must look really generic. DD and J seem pretty cool when they were on Oni Plays, but now just damn. It's really sad after, like, 2024, because in 2024 it really just stopped being relaxing stuff but turned into him venting. It really did. It's just like, it's not fun to be in the streams. He low energy, negative, telling people what they should and shouldn't talk about. That's the biggest thing, actually, in a stream. Like, I don't care what kind of streamer you are. If you're constantly telling your audience, bro, like, dude, don't tell your chat what to fucking talk about unless they're like on some heinous shit. But if you just close down every discussion, you're gonna be fucking boring. I mean, really. Only times they ever get attention is when they're on a pause screen for a shitty retro game and venting about trauma. Like, please keep it to yourself. It makes you more likable. Yeah, if it was just like the 2023 thing and they just kind of dropped it after that and decided to lighten up, I think they would have been a lot better.
Bringing a problem with a poo, like fucking years later.
It's funny, dude.
And afterwards, we had to go into that saying, you did
It's a staple of the internet.
Exactly
the Apu problem is an internet staple, dude.
You talked about a thing
like,
that
it's
we
not
didn't
even
really wanna be
personal to
talking
bring it
about,
up.
And you're trying to make it now that because we're on the couch with you, we're now aligned with all of this and we're going with all of it.
Be hard-pressed to find somebody that doesn't think the
very
Apu thing
awkward.
was stupid.
And here is the clip he is referring to.
Annoying. He tries to leave too if he shoots all of them. So it's faster to just let him shoot them and you destroy them.
Apu is huge, dude.
But I definitely am
That's
like
why
a
they don't
cutout,
use him
so
in the show anymore.
it's pretty
He's
funny.
too frightening.
Yeah, he was
Scared
intimidated.
children.
He was growing between each season and got too big.
I was like, oh, I wish I looked more unique.
They
but,
couldn't
you
fit
know,
him on
I guess I'm
screen
not
anymore.
ugly, so.
Apu, why do you talk like that?
I do not know what you're talking about.
Notably, Ding Dong is actually the one to bring it up, not Chris. And he really does not
That
seem
is crazy
upset
that he
about
brought it up, though.
So I
and then
guess he
later,
just
a few years
misremembered
later,
this.
is like,
Ding Dong
actually,
mentions that he and Julian brought a portable hard
You're
drive for
wrong.
recordings, but the guys at Only Plays insisted they use Dropbox, as that's assumedly how they do all their videos. Ding Dong being very annoyed by this.
some Indian kid got mad at me because of being compared to a funny cartoon character and finds it offensive. So we should get rid of Barney for drunks or Mo for Italians. Like, I don't get it. It's not a big deal. Issue. Oops, I accidentally deleted my message. Oh. Well, it still shows up in the screen or on screen or fucking whatever. Yeah, it's very silly shit at the end of the day. Like, I can understand being bullied, but it's not because of a character's existence that you're getting bullied. That's what people miss so often. That's just not why, dude. It's really not.
Said this needs to take 2 weeks. We will do it. It will be 2 weeks. And nothing beyond that. We record everything. We give you everything. We even bought a portable hard drive. They refused to use the portable hard drive, and they left it where we were anyway. So we wasted money on a portable hard drive. They kept insisting
That's a
that
weird
we have to use
assumption,
Dropbox
too.
and everything.
Ding Dong apparently had unstable internet, so this made it hard to upload footage for the editors, leading to this bad interaction for him.
Made all the people that were working on the editing end thinking that I was just making things up when I wasn't. And that I remember specifically one of them lashed out at me in the group chat
What
at one
this?
point going, yeah, so how...
This is, like, if you listen to it for, I don't know, around 2 minutes, you'll, like, be on board with whatever they're discussing. It's like, we're watching really petty shit because it's funny. But also makes me sad for them.
How's that oh-so-real Pokemon video going right now? And my response
Especially
is just,
since it's, like,
yeah, hi.
especially since it's, like, all Ding Dong the guy talking right now. Like, Julius seems like, or Julian, Julian just seems like he automatically has to sign off on, like, what Ding Dong is saying because, like, they're dating, and Julian doesn't really, like, he doesn't necessarily, like, hard agree, but he doesn't, like, what is it? He doesn't, say, what's it called? Why can't I think of the word right now? I'm dumb. But he doesn't come out and say, like, oh, actually, I'm not that offended by this. So he doesn't say that, but he doesn't necessarily, like, have very strong agreement with what he's saying. He just kind of is like, oh, yeah, yeah. Like, when he's streaming with him, when he's going off like this. So it's like, I kind of feel bad for him because I kind of low-key feel like Julian doesn't really care that much.
And it took like a day
But he
for
loves
them to finally go.
he must
"Well,
love
I
Ding
mean,
Dong,
like,
obviously. So
I'm
it's
sorry
like
if I came at you kind of hard with that one.
it's
but
probably
I mean,
hard to
you
talk
gotta
about
admit at the
because
same time,
Ding Dong
man,
is so
and
in
it
his
was just
chest.
like, no, I don't.
and so lost in the sauce.
We told you
in
what
my
our
opinion.
situation was, and I don't think you care. And eventually I was shown a screenshot where it was very absent-minded, the screenshot that they showed me. Because what they're trying to show me was like, oh, yeah, see, they're
Is
asking
the
for this
main
one
reason
file.
this happens?
One of the other people who was in the group. I got showed the screenshot, and I'm seeing every last person who's like on the editing team trash-talking us incessantly, making shit up about us, freaking the fuck out and getting paranoid about us, and
They need to
insulting
fucking
us
go to
every step of
couples
the way. Like,
therapy.
ha 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 ha. Wow.
Like, good lord.
And it was just like, what the fuck is this? I didn't do anything to any of you guys. I haven't been talking to any of you guys. I'm about as clueless on all of this, too. And you immediately blame us and try to drop all of your fucking problems onto us. This is why we didn't want to come back to doing this kind of thing.
So the
Jesus
dustiest
Christ.
chips in the world.
The wildest claims made are those about Chris's alleged bizarre behavior during his stay. Ding Dong first claims he could hear Chris rustling around in their room at night, insinuating he went through Julian's diary. Then mentions he, quote, caught them on 4chan as
Went through his diary. Gay. No, just kidding. But it's just, again, Julian could be the mastermind. It's a group effort. Who knows? Maybe ask them.
as well as listening to him freak
Yeah,
out
maybe
in the bathroom
talk to
about
them.
not
That-
expecting the Yik playthrough to perform
could go
well
somewhere.
algorithmically.
Off camera, constantly. I was grinding, I was doing all this stuff for it. Similar to how Kingdom Hearts, Julian was doing all that. He was grinding off camera and doing all this other stuff to make it possible. No, we pushed ourselves really hard. While they were just laying in our bed the whole time. And sleeping during the daytime and staying up all night. And we would hear them rustling around and doing whatever the fuck in the bedroom. I mentioned it that one of the days when we did play Yeek, they went into the bathroom and turned on the fan and went on their phone and said how it was going to be a video that was going to do really...
Wait, who is they? Is he talking about Chris and Julian, or did somebody else go with Chris? Like, wait, who's they? What's the context? Did I just miss something? Like,
badly, and it
actually?
seemed like he was really mad. And hoping that we weren't going to hear him, except he doesn't know our house. That fan doesn't cover shit. We heard
Okay, I
the
said we were going to hear them, so he's talking about him and Julian. So who the fuck was Chris with?
whole thing. We caught him on his phone using 4chan, and he said he was just using the comedy threads, except I saw the thread that he was looking at. It was related to somebody he works with.
This all sounds so ridiculous.
We
On
saw there
fucking
wasn't really
4chan?
improvement.
Ding
And on his
Dong then
phone.
goes into how he had to try really hard and did all the work to get the videos to be good, alluding to some kind of fake sabotaging by Chris and other people on staff, assumedly.
I know a lot of people are really angry with us for not wanting to see these things anymore or hear about these things and feeling like it's some kind of betrayal to an audience thing, but trust me
And
on this.
also, we've also been talking about a lot of these things for years.
Yes, and people just not hearing it. But no, if anything, that's why I was sometimes doing this stuff, is because I did care about the audience. I wanted to be able to give people good times despite all of this. But it became its own messy thing with that too, because no, it was being treated like I was actually hurting the audience and that I was trying to ruin everything when that stuff was being made because I was pushing myself through all of it. Once again, Yeek specifically, that was me. I picked that out. I picked that game out. I was grinding that game. I was trying to do everything I could for that one. It happened with a lot.
Okay, so if it wasn't Yeek, then what game did somebody on Only Play's crew get him to buy that apparently then removed him off of Steam afterwards? Which also just, like, on the other person's end that received the game, that's just so stupid, because, like, if somebody's nice enough to buy you a game, I'm not saying you should just, like, try to use people, but if they're nice enough to buy you a game and consider your friend enough to buy you a game, you're just closing off an avenue to, like, ever get a game from that person again, right? By, like, dissing them like that. Fucking
A lot of them.
really weird.
I mentioned it with Panic.
And stupid. I
That
know that
almost
some
didn't
people
work at
are
all.
like that, though.
I had to go really hard Frankensteining that one together.
Just, like,
to kinda
dry
make
up
it
all their
work.
resources.
Because once again,
Like,
the
socially.
intention seemed to be kind of sabotage this one so we don't use it.
He goes on for a while about the effort he put into Yik specifically, namely grinding off camera and not feeling appreciated for that, focusing largely on its grand finale that never ended up releasing. Ding Dong claims Chris and him came up with a grand concept for the finale involving original animation and a fake video game they play. He says Chris made an animation of Alex Yik getting out of bed and some other small animations, whereas Ding Dong went into the game's code to make fully original cutscenes for it. But this ambitious finale ultimately falling apart due to Chris's laziness, if you believe Ding Dong. And he then goes on to say Chris threw him under the bus when a donator on stream asked him about it.
There is evidence that Chris is lazy on... Fuck, I could remember which Let's Play it is specifically if I looked back far, or if I thought about it long enough. But, when Matt and Ryan were playing with them, so this is fucking way back, but there is a Let's Play where Chris was talking shit about them working, and then Matt was like, you come to work at fucking 4 p.m. or some shit like that. And he was like, then Matt was just going off about how he's always late, and Chris was laughing, of course. So he could still be that way. That could be totally legitimate, to be honest. Panic was such a boring episode. The game was boring. DD wanted to play it because they like it. Yeek playthrough was peak though, because he hated it so much, but damn, Panic sucks so bad. No wonder he's mad. I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard of Panic. I never even saw the video. This is the first time I'm hearing of it, so maybe it was bad. Because I didn't even notice that it existed. And I watched every episode of Yeek.
No one wanted you to go make a big deal of this either, and if anything, it's starting to feel like you're doing this because you're trying to, like, keep us held on to. And I do think that was the intention. I think the finale was supposed to be a thing of keeping us stalled out and, like, continuously as a factor here, which is why every single time it got brought up after the first time, it always had to be some vague kind of insult slung towards our direction, like we messed everything up. And I can also speak to this. I did get to see there was a direct image board post that I'm pretty sure came right from him to insist that we messed up the entire thing. Which, if you guys follow us and if you know anything about us, no, we commit ourselves very hard to the things we do. It's why I put up with all that to play Yeek to begin with, even when the game froze and even with all the grinding, and that's why I reverse engineered the game. No, I put a lot of effort in, actually. It was really unfortunate. And it's why it took someone having to donate money for them to eventually say that there was no finale. And
I do believe all of this, to be honest.
Having kind of their mannerisms slip out a bit, being a little bit backhanded to people over that.
Thank you, Liam Walker. What happened to the finale to Yik? Bro, I'm afraid we just canceled it. It just got too overhyped, and it's just done. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Very sorry. I know. I'm sad too.
Is that real?
That's real. Why would I laugh? Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know. I wanted to do it too. I'm sorry.
Maybe what?
Jesus.
Is it okay to talk about the fact that you guys were making some cool custom stuff, or is that not even worth talking about?
That's fine. We got like a little bit into doing stuff, and then it was just too much work, and then all of our lives kind of caught up, and there hasn't been any time to focus on it. It was gonna, we overhyped it. It wasn't even that interesting. It was just the end of the game, and we barely said much over it.
I don't know. I was saying, I have no idea what the fuck you're
honestly. If there's one good thing that came from not putting it out, it's that people got curious to buy the game and see it themselves, because I do think it's actually a game worth checking out, even though it's really fucking dumb in places. But I think it's kind of worth it.
All this apparent tension during the Only Stays recordings.
Yeah, I definitely think that Chris was in the wrong in that completely. Like, TBH. You could tell that like when I was watching it, I could tell that Ding Dong was doing a lot. Like when he said that he just grinded and grinded, I already knew he was doing a lot for that, but like the actually adding to the game itself just for a custom finale, I didn't know he did all that, and he definitely could have. So I don't think he was lying, because they said it was going to be a lot of work, and I guess that's why, and why it was taking so long. It never got finished. Also, nobody asked him to work on Yeek. If you like the work in video games, quit complaining. I will say the only grace you can give Chris is maybe Ding Dong got in over his head on the project, and Chris didn't be like, oh yeah, I want to put in that much effort too. That could be completely legitimate too. That's a possibility. that Chris was not on board with how grandiose he wanted it to be, and Ding Dong was doing too much. Like, that could be it too. But I still think it was handled very poorly.
Apparently enough to end a friendship and work relationship between Chris,
again, talking,
Ding Dong,
like just
Julian.
Talk, or maybe Ding Dong was being difficult because he seems really fucking.
Big fight coming off
he does
of
honestly
this. And
seem
even
pretty
with, you know,
stubborn.
the falling out that happened, there wasn't some big fight. I didn't have a big argument with him or something. He just started removing me on things. He kicked me off of the Dropbox. He removed me on Steam right after I had bought a game to play with him one night. Yeah, we didn't have some kind of big fight.
Okay, so he didn't like specifically ask him to buy a game. He just happened to gift him one, and that's when he was removing him. That's what it sounds like.
Wanted to be direct with us and have conversations with us when he knew something was wrong. In fact, when Julian was trying to arrange a conversation with him, he kept insisting on, he's going to yell at me. That was his phrasing over and over again, was he's going to yell at me. When Julian was always very calm with him when trying to talk to him.
Julian is not the type to go off. I mean,
it's a thing that's not going to ever be worked out here. And it's a mentality that's been enabled for God knows how long by so many different people that there's no need for there to ever be a reason to change either or improve.
After this, it can be inferred Ding Dong and Julian wish to have ties fully cut with Oni Plays, since they are no longer mentioned on the channel and are left out of all the big compilation videos they publish. So that's it for the big Oni Stays segment, and most of what Ding Dong has to say when it comes to the work environment at Oni Plays. There are, however, far more claims made elsewhere throughout the stream. Julian makes a cameo and says Ding Dong's remarks are actually mild compared to his own feelings.
Right now, there's probably not people who were here to listen to the entire conversation for hours. Dee Dee's reaction is like very, very mild compared to mine. I've like very literally gone out of my mind over this stuff. And I've always been incredibly depressed and distressed about it.
You know what? You know what's another very strong piece of, not circumstantial evidence, but whatever it be called, that Chris is really lazy, even still, is the fucking Bulbo game. Like, from what we know about how long games take and, like, generally, we should have some word on, like, where he is, I feel like. Unless he wants to keep it a complete surprise and it turns out to be a huge game. Like, it could be. But we're going on a decade, right? Like, holy shit, dude. That is so long. That's so long, dude. Like, goddamn.
These experiences made me lose my faith in
They put a demo out recent. Oh, really? Oh, that I did hear about that being at like some kind of.
And it makes me
or at the beginning of the video, I think
you
mentioned
everybody.
that it was at some
and so
like
I have
show
to constantly try to like manage myself to not be.
I'm gonna have to try that then.
Completely hopeless and completely full of rage over everything.
Okay, so yeah, maybe the game will be really big,
Ding
and he's
Dong
not
gets
being
a little
lazy.
political. First, Ding Dong says Oni's audience is made up of
But there was
weird
just that one thing
alt-writers,
that said
and
long
insinuates
ago.
they actively appeal
He could have
to
changed. They could be
do not
lying.
like that.
We don't
They
know
don't
anything
like
100%.
when we have to come up again. And we also don't like being reminded of all of it again. And with the potential of, we might be talking to some kind of weird alt-writer now, because that's what a big, massive majority of so much of that audience is. Because it's the tendencies, it's what they aim for, it's what they want.
He also has this absolutely insane comment about their Dustborn playthrough.
I don't watch the videos or anything, but I sure as shit did see the Dustborn thumbnails and everything. That was not a mistake posting that during Trump's inauguration and everything either. Clearly it was backlogged. Yeah, the SJW thumbnails and everything. Gee, I wonder why this is going up.
Ding Dong also
Dude, there's no way he just said that. There's no way they fucking did that on purpose. There's no way. Oh, dude. That is fucking insane. That is hardcore conspiracy territory. Dude, The game was cringe. Okay? Like, jeez. I was speechless for a second, dude. That was genuine stomach.
On a mini rant about that ancient new guy drama, if any of you remember that comic.
And if someone would be like, no, they don't dogpile.
Wait, what did
man,
that say?
do you know
Comic on a mini rant about that ancient new guy drama.
What's so funny? How the millionaire gamer bro douchebag totally got robbed. Hey, how do you like it if you were robbed? Oh wow, I can tell we're gonna be the kind of coworkers who become good friends. Wow, really? Hell no. That's really gay.
If any of you remember that comic.
And if someone would be like, no, they don't dogpile. Man, do you know where the new guy meme came from? Do you know what that was even in relation to? Some trans artist made a comic that nobody even saw until one of them decided to make it into a big spectacle and double down on it. Because how dare you say something negative about PewDiePie? Wonderful, darling, innocent person PewDiePie who's never done anything wrong. Why would you feel good about something bad happening to a person who was paying people who were struggling and suffering and desperate $5 to hold up a sign that said death to all Jews and then monetize the video? How dare you?
Dude, Ding Dong is tweaking, okay? Why does anybody ever act like YouTube and the whole internet wasn't a different space back then? It was. Everybody was a... Okay, I have to type this out, I'm sorry. My mouse, okay. I'm done with these chips, after I suck my fingers again. Okay, I still have the text on screen. You can let me know if I'm being a fucking dumbass and still have shit on the screen that shouldn't be there. Okay, everyone was an edgy... Whoops, that is not an A. There we... Wait. Sorry, I have blank keys. Edgy... That's what everybody on YouTube was back in the day. To put it, very bluntly, okay? At least in my opinion. And so was I. Okay? Like, dude. It was different. Like, you know, when people are like, oh, back in my day. They're not kidding. Like, they were taught, like, strictly that that's how, like, things were. And that's how they should be. Okay? That's why they make mistakes. Okay? I'm not saying that's good and cool that anybody said and did anything that they said and did back then as a demonic white person. But, I mean, there was even people like Too Mad, though. Like, does he just get a pass because he's black? I don't think so. Like, everybody was doing stupid, gay, edgy shit. Like, can't we just say... Okay, that shit was stupid and really cringe, and just move on. Watch that series right before all this happened, and it's hilarious that he's making that correlation. The series was funny. It was the game itself was very hard to watch.
He got to where he was through hard work by exploiting others and hurting others and...
Bro, he's a Let's Player.
I guess it kind of falls apart there, huh?
PewDiePie is not an exploitative person.
The comic wasn't very good, but that was.
Do you know how many people have done that shit too?
And the second stream
when they pay people in Africa and India to hold up heinous shit, it was a meme to do that. Did you know that?
And yes,
it was like a trending thing.
Absolutely, they are.
Just to see what they could get them to say.
Aimed all of it at one
again,
person
it's not
this
like
time around,
right
again,
but.
Because
I mean, that's what people were doing.
Fans tend to be hyper defensive. They already know that they're into something that's a little fucked up, and they feel nervous when people notice.
Yeah. No, you put it pretty well.
And finally, there's this part referring to Chris himself.
But I'm not sure when he kind of had his own moment of succumbing to it and getting overly worried about what other people...
Because I think a lot of people got sucked into, like, the political culture war stuff. He wasn't as much at the time, but he got a lot worse as the years went on, to the point where, like, being MAGA was, like, his only identity by the end. I think by the end, at the beginning, the point that you're talking about, he was a little bit more of a human.
Yeah, I would say.
So yeah, it's pretty clear they are painting Oni Plays fans, the people there, and Oni himself as being very right-wing and something fucked up. I don't know about this, to be honest, I feel like it's a pretty common joke that the Only Plays fanbase is weirdly diverse, from the wokest woke to the chuddiest chuds. And I think even the hosts strike me as being politically diverse.
That is so true. Like,
Only
Only Plays fans are
really
very
know
mixed
about
up.
an e-celeb. I mean, if it's true Chris is super MAGA like they say. I mean, Ding Dong and Julian were on the show for years.
Imagine Chris being
like the
super MAGA.
Like that.
The fuck,
and it's
dude?
worth mentioning they obviously participated.
Saying
in
you're
this
MAGA
for the
now is
same
basically like
edgy
saying,
humor
yeah, I'm the bad
themselves.
guy. Like, I'm the people in the movie that are like totally delusional and just have no idea what's happening around them until the very end when it's too late. And then, like, they also get, like, killed or enslaved by the government. That's the MAGA people.
Fuck you, Julian. You're throwing me under the bus.
Hey, wait up. What hurt?
Hello, my...
Hello, my... That's how you stop
yourself. No!
My nice friend!
I picture you just, like, knocking a bunch of shit over.
Get out of here, you fucking Nimrod!
was just asking, have any comments called us out for any racism?
Yes, because you said the N-word.
Julian said nigga and people got mad.
No, you said it.
You said it.
You said nigga.
I was quoting him.
Fuck, I said
All
it.
three of you said it except me. Because
What
you're
did we
a piece of
say?
shit, you libtard cock.
No. Can't say that.
He just said it. Don't say the word.
Don't say it.
It's valid to feel they grew past that or whatever, but they do not seem to offer that same branch to others, especially considering how most of the complaints about people they are making date anywhere from half to a full decade old. Most importantly, I think most people just do not feel that Only Plays ever spreads genuinely harmful, bigoted rhetoric or whatever. You know, from my perspective, it's a harmless comedy show that feels a little edgy sometimes, but it's no more extreme than anything you'd see on, like, South Park, for example. But regardless, it's clear that's how Ding Dong and Julian feel, and I guess they
It
have
is
their
very
right
weird,
to.
the lens that
But
they
they also
have
extend
on,
this kind of messaging
like, all of
towards
them.
other tangentially Only Plays related things, and these get a bit harder to empathize with. Most prominently when Ding Dong claims that Smiling Friends is full of alt-right dog whistles.
I could ever be wrong about the things that we do, and that they should all be accepted and treated the same way. That no culture could ever be, you know, less than any other culture, and then they do a thing, and then all the people there want to kill them for it because they've been offended because of what their culture is. Gee, an episode about getting overly offended and wanting to kill people. It's weird that that's a consistent theme, huh? It's in more than one episode, even. The Hidden Worm Society running the government. That's why that shit is in there. You have to remember a lot of the people who were involved. You have to remember where a lot of these people came from prior. People just wanted to kind of automatically assume that if they stay quiet for long enough, their mentality has changed, even though they haven't. Man, I can go back to an example that's not even from the show. I only got to hear about this one because I don't watch the videos, but I had someone quote it at me, and I'd be like, why are you saying that, man? That's nasty as shit. That I had somebody at one point say to me, like, I am bipolar and I am autistic and these are the things that I have and these are the things that I deal with. And I was like, what are you doing? And they went, oh, you know, it's a bit. And I was like, that's not a bit. Where did you even hear that one from? And they told me, and I'd be like, man, do you know why he said that? Because he's seriously just trying to insult people who have to deal with things like that.
Thank you for your medical records, Zach.
I wanted to make a video for a long time where the video is just the guy looking at the camera and listing all of his ailments. He's like, yeah, I'm bipolar.
Dude, does Ding Dong use the internet? There's people like that pretend to have medical fucking problems. Is he really going to act like that's just not a thing? I mean, are we using the same internet? Dude, I'm gonna put these chips and cheese away. All right, I was gonna watch half of this. How
I
much
have
more is there?
schizophrenia, and I have OCD, and I have ADD, and I have ADHD,
That's just
and I'm
every
autistic, and I've
fucking
got
bio on
Asperger's.
Twitter.
Imagine the video goes for like 45 seconds. And then when he just started naming shit, he's like, yeah, I got a bullet wound, I got a scratch on my forehead. He just starts naming other shit too.
There is people like that who.
I got a lamp, I got a weird foot.
got a lamp.
I got a lamp, I got a bullet wound, I got a scratch, I got a bum eye, I got 80/40 vision, this one eye.
80/40.
That's why I said I'm confused why people weren't able to pick up on this. I thought it was
This is
really
so
obvious.
ridiculous. I
thought it
just
was
can't
really
believe
clear
how
because in the
like
past everyone did pick up
overboard
on
he's
it.
going. Like,
I don't
why?
know what changed. Did things just get bad enough in real life that this kind of thing just gets ignored now and people don't even realize that that's where it's coming from? People had to like really convince themselves that all these bad things are actually just good things now. Kind of feels that way. That's why I was saying if people like it, you can like it or whatever. I'm not going to agree with you whatsoever, but you can like it. But that is where the stuff was coming from. It's been there the whole time.
That one's a little crazy. And he also has some strong words and insinuations about Newgrounds.
Sounding awfully a lot like a cult. Out of any of these online websites and communities I've seen, actually Newgrounds kind of does feel the closest to that to me. I haven't seen this kind of loyalty being embedded into so many other websites the same kind of way. It is really fucking weird. And like I said, it's driving people insane behind the scenes. And just questionable things in general. Like, I was really confused why so many people that we ran into around Newgrounds... Sure, yeah, the neo-Nazi over there is already a big enough problem. But what's with that one over there? Why are you all contacting a 14-year-old to befriend right now? You're all in your...
Dude, dingdong is so annoying. Why does he have to be so vague about everything? Like, I don't think he's making what he's talking about up right now. Just say who you're talking about. Like, that's actually serious, even if it is old. Just say who it is. If it actually did happen, for real, you heard that or witnessed it, fucking say who it is. And whatever retort they have is whatever retort they have. But, I mean, if there's any sort of evidence, bro, like, just say their fucking name.
30s. What is that about?
The neo-Nazi comment could apply to anything, but how broadly he's insisting things like smiling friends are apparently alt-right. But the fake gesture at talking to 14-year-olds is a lot more worrying. Like, what the hell is that about? Take this with a grain of salt, but the only plausible idea I've heard is this Twitter user saying it's probably referring to Little Pico, a young teenage Japanese artist that interacted with Johnny Utah and Phantom Arcade a few times.
Oh, piss him!
Tom Fulp rules. He's the greatest man I've ever met. Newgrounds rules. Tom Fulp rules.
I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Which, I don't know, I feel like that's just heckin' wholesome, to be honest. Finally, wrapping up this initial stream,
yeah,
a few more things
funny,
worth mentioning is Dingdong claims Chris frequently has goons parked in his streams to see if he says anything bad about him.
I mentioned it before, sometimes I got their friends to just be parked out in my stream to listen for anything that I would talk about.
And Julian comes in to explain why the stream went so long.
Thank you, Ninja. I'm very sorry that you guys have to keep jumping in to save us financially. It shouldn't have to be that way. Crowdfunding is like an idea with a lot of potential, and I was very excited when it kind of like Kickstarter first started being used to fund game projects and stuff like that, but the system still feels like it's not really working. The fact that we keep coming up short.
Why do I still have the text on
and
the
like
screen?
Needing to do these emergency streams
no,
where we stay up all night. It seems like there's like a kink in the pipeline somewhere.
And that's where the archives I have access to end.
The dawn of the second stream. Oh man.
The second stream.
Jeez, there's so much more. Okay, so this is like halfway through. All right. I suppose I should close it here then. But it's just like so much, dude. It's also absurd. Well, not all of it. Not all of it is absurd, but quite a bit of this is. I'll probably watch this on Friday. the rest of this. Because, like, damn, stream 4? Jesus! Okay. Yeah, good night. Anybody there?